It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
Time for our tale of the tape. And here is the legend himself, Saul Canelo Alvarez. He's 172 centimeters tall with a reach of one. This is Canelo. The Destroyer, Conor Benn, one of the most exciting and electrifying fighters in the world today.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
The fighters are in. This bout, these two have certain. So here we go. Should be a good one. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. They landed a good jab there. That jab doesn't score. These two have been going at it on social media, and now finally they're about to go at it in the ring.
You just see the nerves on a fight stepping into the ring, Tom. It can tell you so much about a fighter. And they're looking in the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered, and they figure out the combination to this safe.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Swing and a miss with that hook. That counter shot lands. Caution is being thrown to the wind. The straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Alvarez in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring.
On to the second round. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fighter is saying, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
That counter punch caught him clean. Nope, that hook won't score. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This fight has a real good flow to it. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
The bell, sometimes it can be.
There's the bell to start round 3. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Nice counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Beautiful counter punch. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well done with that counter shot. Good counter punch. I'd like to see more jabs. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Punch, counter punch. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Alvarez in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important.
Back at it in round 4. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighters.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Catch and shoot. Insane action. Straight right just misses. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
There's a counter shot. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
And he scores with the counter. How about that time counter shot? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. How about Alvarez in that last round? Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. And there's the bell for round 5. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
That left hook doesn't find its target. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Good counter punching halfway through the round, and there's not a lot. Hold it right there. Canelo Alvarez just got rocked in a big way. The pound-for-pound king, Canelo, is down. That punch to the head looks in slow motion and really appreciate it.
A shot from the gods took him out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come to me.
Well, they're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
He's up, but for how long? Look at her. On the heels, look at, there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot, a clean one, and he's out of there.
Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown. Let's start the 6. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with it.
Always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
This can be so frustrating when you're in such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
He threw a punch and just got countered. No rest for the weary. We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. Big shot, and Alvarez is on the canvas. Wow, let's take another look at that.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
Look at his corner, look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be. Here we go. It's round 7. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Holding nothing back here in the round. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Incredible work rate. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. And he just misses with that jab. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. And we enter the 8th round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why?
I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
I've got to see that again.
Did you see that? Oh my word, Canelo just got clipped. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Just threw the hook, didn't land. But wait a minute, and that will do it. What a victory. A good body shot will paralyze you, and as you can see here, that's exactly what happened. So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
What? There's no argument right there. That, you say it. Night-night.
Yeah, look at that. All the belts, mighty. In the ring, I swing left, right, man, said get ping. Contrary ting, no but ping, we bring man right, somebody shots fling. Ding ding, step in the ring, I swing left, right, man, said get ping. Contrary ting, no but ping, we bring man right, somebody shots fling. Ding ding, step in the ring, I swing left, right, man, said get ping. Contrary ting, no but ping, we bring man right, somebody shots fling. Uppercut, fling, right up, fling. Contrary ting, send man over the ropes. Man try come for the bell, but I punched you, never saw ended all of your hopes. Now all of your bros, I stood on the sideline, head in the hands, your joke of the show. Better keep those hands up, swing for their fences. All your going on poorly for sure. How much do you want to be the champ? How much do you want to please the fans? How much do you want to be the king? And how much do you want to feed your camp? How much do you want to see people chant? Swing like you got a thing to lose. It's the ESPC. Beat them neatly. Titles of ever in dispute.
A beautiful afternoon for a fist fight. We are live at the Empire Fight Camp. My name is Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
Josh the Tart. And it's the King, Amir King Khan, one of the finest fighters Britain's ever produced. Olympic silver medalist in 2004, multi-time world champion, fighting out.
This bout.
Well, I hope you brought your... These athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. It is a sunny and hot day, and no, we're not inside. No air conditioning, or air con, as they say in the UK.
This is taking boxing back to its roots. Outside, where you've got the crowd there, you can hear everything. You've got the breeze of the wind. You've got the heat of the sun. You know when you're doing this? Your feet are on fire, Tom. They're on fire in the ring.
Beautiful counter punch. He threw a punch and just got countered. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. And that right jab just misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Taylor in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think.
And there's the bell for round two. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Those counter punches have to hurt. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
It's all offense all the time. Real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. And he misses with that jab. This fighter's always on their toes, trying to get their opponent rattled, get them off kilter, get them out of their rhythm.
If you want to corner an outside fighter, make them fight off the rope because they don't want to do that. They don't want to stand still. They want to move left to right. Pin them down. Throw a blanket on them.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. And a round that seemed like he...
Back on the job.
And there's the bell to start round 3. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
These punches coming from every angle. They exchange punches. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Couldn't land that jab. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Well done with that counter shot. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Let's score with that right uppercut. There's a counter shot. Both men step back for just a moment. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Taylor in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Back at it in round 4. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
A perfect counter lands. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This is
how can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
good counter punch. And it's code red time for Josh Taylor. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Has to be careful. We wondered how good his chin was, but no one's chin standing up to that shot.
I need to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Serious blood.
Let's talk about Taylor in that lap.
You're better than that.
And there's the... Nice job by him to block that jab. jabs. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Caution being thrown to the wind. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. How about that time counter shot? Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
That counter shot lands. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. The game. Let's start the sixth. And he just misses with that jab. Swing and a miss with the jab. Nice counter shot. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
And he scores with the counter. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Nice counter. And he did catch him. He caught him clean. Clean as a whistle. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
It's all offense all the time. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. And there's... Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Here we go with these two lightning-quick lightweights.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Just missed with that hook. Perfect counter shot. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. This fight has a real good flow to it. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? When are we going to see a jab from these two? Let's talk about Taylor in that last round.
Did all that work in camp?
And there's the bell for round 8. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Nobody home with that hook. They miss with the jab. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. That counter punch caught him clean. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Catch and shoot. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened, a unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan, but what a result.
Bro, why the fuck is my shit being muted, bro? I've been fucking talking to myself this whole time. Like, what the fuck? Anywho, I'm gonna be back on later, man. Undisputed, y'all need to fix this game, bro. It's broken. I get cheated by flash KO every time. Like, I be abusing them. Y'all got these motherfuckers getting lucky. Getting flash KOs on the 8th round. Like, no. I was knocked the dude out like 4 times, and he lucked up in the flash tail with the last one. No, fixed it. Guy can't do the flash tails right. Take it off the game, bro. If anybody should got flash tails, it should have been on. Because I knocked him down in the 8th round. Fix this game, bro. Hit tracking, need fix the game. Anywho, I'm about to make a score run. I ain't gonna keep the stream going. I've been talking this whole time, but I don't know what y'all got going on. If I gotta unmute my mic every time I go live or whatever, I don't know. But anywho, I'll catch y'all later when I get back on.